Great. So it's time to welcome you all. Can I see you all waving your hands with a big smile on? Welcome, welcome everybody. How you all doing today? Are you all excited? Show me some excitement. Yes, Imran, super excited to be here.
Yes, super
Awesome.
excited, super excited.
Thank you. Thank you so
Very
much.
excited
Thank you.
to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's get on to the decoding of the signature. So let's do this. So this is what we're going to be doing. So now, when I bring a signature onto the screen in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a signature like this on your screen, what do you see? If you see a signature like this on the screen, what do you see? I want to know what you see, and then I'll tell you what I see. What do you see? What do you see? So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to give you an opportunity to chat on the chat box, leave the answers there. And if some of you want to share with me, just put your hand up. I'll also unmute you. So what do you see? आपको क्या नजर आ रहा है? So let me tell you what you are able to see. What are you able to see is you're able to see the letter V there. So most of us start looking at the letters. How many of you agree with me on that? Imran, my first thing I look at is I start looking at the letters. Now that's the biggest pitfall. Stop looking at the letters. So the first thing what you need to look at the signature is, for me, what I look at is, the first thing is the macro analysis. Macro analysis is what is the size of the signature? How much size is it occupying on the paper? So that's the first thing I actually look at. So the size of the signature here, ladies and gentlemen who have not done my handwriting analysis program, okay, don't worry about it. I will teach you all this. Today is your first session, but be with me. This is what is going to be your future with me, okay? So I see a lot of answers on the chat box. I see star in the beginning, Imran. I'm able to see the cuts. I am able to see the speed, refer to the past, Viber and all these things. You know what? No. And when I say look at the size of the handwriting, this time as a handwriting analyst, for us, the bigger the size, we talk about concentration ability, we talk about focusing ability, but in signatures, we don't apply the size of the writing. The size of the writing onto the paper tells me about positive ego. Say this word, everybody. Positive ego. So when I look at a signature where I don't see the signature big enough, too small of a signature. See the signature? Too small on the paper. Too small of a signature. So look at this signature, too small of the signature. So when I say small, I'm basically looking at the total space occupied onto the paper. So look at this signature, too small. So when I see a small signature, I see that this person lacks positive ego. So positive ego is very important. That means a person with positive ego has certain standards set for himself. He knows what he will do. He knows what he will not do. He knows what he stands for and will not. Including so smaller things, he knows that even if I have to invite him to my birthday party or to my function or to marriage, he has a standard. If people invite me like this, I will go there. How many of you know people, they will not come to your wedding because you invited them or a WhatsApp? Yeah. They will not come to you because they have set a pattern or a standard. Okay, invitation ऐसा होता है. अगर आप कोई घर में दावत कर रहे हैं, आप ऐसा करेंगे, अच्छा करेंगे. I am not going to be there. Are you with me? Give me a big yes if you're with me on that. Yeah. And if you're serving food to them also, there are certain protocols. So I like it this way. It has to be this. And that's why they make choices in their life. Who are associated with them, where they will have food, which restaurant, where they will do business. All this is very important part. So what I look at the first signature, which I saw there is, I look at the size of the signature. The size of the signature tells me positive ego. And when I don't see that, big of a signature, when I say less, my first interpretation is this person has low self-esteem. The way he sees himself, the total value he gives himself is low. That means people with low self-esteem, 3 things I know about them. They don't know how to say no. Number 2, they take decision first and they do the thinking later. Number 3, constant complaint about themselves. Why? People don't respect me, Imran. People don't listen to me. My say has no value to people's life. Three things. What are the three things? The moment I see low self-esteem, low ego, low positive ego, three things. One, this person does not know how to say no. You call up that person, Hemamati, tomorrow 4 o'clock you should come. Hemamati will say, yes, Imran. Second problem is they do the thinking after taking the decision. So Hemavati will say, yes, Imran, I will be there at 4 o'clock. And now she starts thinking, I should have actually told Imran that I'm actually having this problem. I should have said this. So can you see that decision already taken? Thinking is happening after that. But the best decision happens when you do the thinking first, then you take the decision. How many of you are with me on that? Give me a big yes if you're with me on that. And number three, they have the problem. They always have a complaint. Imran, people don't listen to me. मेरे घर में मेरे कोई नहीं सुनता. मैं जो भी मेरी टीम में जो भी मैं इनपुट्स देता हूं मेरी कोई मायने ही नहीं रखता. People don't consider my inputs at all. So now, how many of you learned, Imran, you opened a new chapter altogether, because all this while I was looking at the Y, I was looking at the G, I was looking at the underline, and this is what I do. And by the way, I'm sharing with you, which is, the value of the information I'm sharing with you is tremendous. By the way, I should tell you this. Okay. How many of you are able to see this? Give me a big yes if you're able to see this. So this is the first thing I see. Number two, the second thing I see is anything in the signature which people do, which is not required. Anything in the signature, what people do, which is not required. So now tell me some of the things, what is there in this signature which this person has done, which is not required. Can you see? Some star is happening. Some lines are extra there. Not really required. Look at the A. Multiple lines in the A. So anything which people do. How many of you have seen people, they add similes in their signature, smileys. They add, feather. They add waves. They add birds. All the extravagant things. So we call this as anything which is not relevant, but you add in your signature, it shows your extravagant. Say this word, everybody. It shows extravagant. So what do you mean by extravagance? Extravagance means this person tends to overdo things. Okay, but I will not say this word to them. If you have seen my decoding of signatures, I will never say that you overdo things, but I say this. Hey, are you listening to me? Give me a big yes if you're listening to me. Very good. So I say, you don't have consideration of time and money in your life, where you have to invest 50 rupees to get the job done. You will end up investing 100 rupees to get that job done, which requires you to do the job in 1 hour's time. You will end up doing that in 2 hours time. So no regard for time and money. No regard for time and money and efforts. Why? You're busy adding more elements to it. Give me a big yes if you're with me on that. Hey, are you all learning something new? Yeah. You never thought about all these things. So the idea is, whenever you look at the signature, remember, handwriting analyst, for handwriting analysts, it is not the letters. It is the lines on the paper. Say this word, everybody. It is the lines. It is the strokes on the paper. So now that you have understood these elements, okay, you need to validate this. You need to learn. The biggest problem everybody is facing in this community is you don't use right words. And this is my biggest learning as a handwriting analyst. You know what is my biggest rule? The golden rule says, one word can make your analysis or break your analysis. Say this word, everybody. One word can make your analysis or you break your analysis. आपने पूरा information उनको सही दिया. The person was listening to you. The person was in complete alignment. You ended up saying one word or one definition and that person disconnected. The person could not connect with you. And he said, no, Imran, I don't think so this works. So what is important is, as a handwriting analyst, you need to emphasize on the language. Now, the second question is, Imran, how do I improve this? Very simple. I'm going to give you this answer. It's a very good answer, but you don't like it. Imran, how do I improve my language? The answer is very simple, but I know you will not do it. Are you ready for the answer? Give me a biggest if you answer. Give me, Imran, bring it on, Imran. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Yeah. The answer is you should do more analysis. You should do more analysis. Only when you analyze more handwritings, you will become better at it. You know, today I have the power of language. Why? I have done so many analysis. Don't ask me where all I have analyzed handwriting. I have analyzed handwritings in Cafe Coffee Day. I have analyzed handwritings in Flower Show, Botanical Garden Show. I have analyzed handwritings in exhibitions. I have done all that I have done to do what has required to be done to be here. And I have met all the people. I have met people who paid me 150 rupees per analysis. I have met people who have paid me 17,000 rupees to get their analysis done. So all what I'm sharing with you is my journey. So the good news or the best news for all of you is that don't look at my end result. Look at your start. You have a better start than what I had. How many of you agree with me on that? But the problem with most of you is you'll always look at my end journey. What is the result? Oh, Imran is able to do this now. Oh, Imran is able to, create this programs, people joining him. No, you're looking at my end result. You should look at how I started. And compare your start with my start. And you know what? Write this in bold letters on the book. You have a better start than what I had. So that means the chances of you having a better or greater ending than what I have is higher because you catapulted. I did all the trial and errors. I did all the possible no's I heard from people. And now today I'm giving you all these things. Give me a biggest if you're with me on that. So be committed. Look at the brighter side. You know that what is your end result will be definitely better than me. All it requires is you invest your time and energy here. And the more amount of time and energy you put into it, this will grow. And the more it grows, the more name and fame you'll create for yourself. Okay. So this is the first two things I look into the signature. Now the third thing. For me, every time I look at this signature, the first question I always ask people is that even though I can read the signature, that means I can see what is the letters, I can see what are the things. I always ask people, can you tell me what you have added as elements in your signature? Can you tell me more about aapne kya likha hua hai usme? What is that which you have written? How many of you have seen me doing that? You know why? I am able to see that, but I'll not go with what I understood. I always want to know from the person. Then the person will say, Imran, this is M. Okay, this is the V, this is the I. And then I look at how these extra elements are getting added. Okay, so you need to always get validation from the writer. Don't assume things. For example, I know this is a V in the writing. I will still ask that person, what are you trying to write with this? What are you trying to write with this? So some of them will actually tell me, Imran, I was actually trying to write this with this letter. I was trying to connect. I was connecting this with this letter. देखिए ये हमारे लिए ये F जैसा लिख रहा है लेकिन इन्होंने F नहीं लिखा हुआ है. This is like basically this sing. So आप उनसे पूछेंगे. You will get the validation from that person and then you will actually decode it. It's okay to ask that person. ऐसा नहीं कि Imran, how can I ask somebody to tell me what is it because they're expecting me? No. You need to always get the validation done from the people. Okay. And the next thing which is important for me is the underline. Look at how the underline of the signature is. So when I say underline of the signature, what all you see? Let me see some answers. When I say underline of signature, what all you will see? Yeah, you can share that on the chat box. What all you see? When I say underline of the signature, okay. Naveen Sharma says continuity, okay. Flow, okay. What do you see? जब मैं कहता हूं, okay, length, okay, leadership, okay, angle, okay. The part of the signature covered the direction of the line, okay. Shikaji support coming back, extra dots, leadership, okay. Got it. So now ladies and gentlemen, in handwriting analysis, thank you for all the questions. Self-emphasizes. Okay, who's this? I like the word. Sarojji. Yeah, self-emphasize. I like the word. Okay. And conclusion. Okay, Prithvi. Hi, Prithvi. Good to see you. Vibha Sangvi. Very good. Better going on. Okay. Goes back before going forward. Yes. Good observation, Chandaji. Good observation. Lakshmi ji. Yes. Reena ji. Good to see Reena ji. Dr. Reena. Punima Jain. Very good. Sayyid Saab there. Very good. Falguni ji, Shikha ji, Ashi. Very good, Ashi. Geetika. Okay, very good. So now let me show you what I look for. So in handwriting analysis, what happens is whenever we see people writing, underline is very crucial part of a signature. So when somebody underlines, for me, this line matters a lot. So how many of you are able to see this is not a straight line? There is a umbrella formation in the line. Can you see this? Sometimes, okay, people actually write like this. Or people actually take the stroke back and then they write it. Sometimes it is just like this. So all this has different interpretations. So I want to tell you one thing out of it. In handwriting analysis, straight line has more strength than a curved line. A straight line has more strength than a curved line. So when I see somebody underlining a signature, but the signature line is not straight, it is little curved, it reduces the power of self-reliance and leadership. Say this word, everybody. Underlining of a signature, jo koi bhi line dalte hai na, whenever you put a line in your signature, the complete line, it tells about you that you are self-reliant and you have leadership. What do you mean by self-reliant? You are your own, okay? You're on your own. You trust your own self. You rely on your own self. And it also talks about your leadership. What type of leadership? Self-leadership. Self-leadership. That means if nobody believes in your idea, nobody believes in your methodology, at least you will stand by your own decision. You will not change your decision because people are not agreeing with you. And you know what? It takes the biggest strength. Okay? It takes the biggest strength to stand by whatever you have decided. You know, in life, there are two ways. You will always wait to blame it on others when things goes wrong. Okay, when I was getting trained as a handwriting analyst, as a trainer, my teacher said this very beautiful statement, जो मुझे समझ में नहीं आया तब उन्होंने जब बोला था. So what is the statement? The statement is, Imran, success has many fathers, failure has none. Success has many fathers, failure has none. Who wants to explain this to me? What do you think? Okay, good to see Girish there. Hi, Girish. Okay, Kamal Khan, good sir. How are you there? Very good. Amazing. Good to see you there. Girish Bajaj, good to see you there. Yeah. So what do you mean by this? Who wants to share? Chanda, you want to say the answer? Okay, great. Everybody say hello to Chanda there. Chanda is a participant from my April batch. So that means she is yet to complete her first step. Yes, please.
Yeah, hi Imran and hi to everybody else. So this means that anytime anyone achieves success or reaches some place, everybody around him or her who was earlier dissuading, discouraging, suddenly becomes like, okay, my son, my daughter, my father, my friend. Everybody wants to bask in reflected glory. So
amazing. I like you. I like the words you choose. Really appreciate. Can we have a big applause for this wonderful lady there? God bless you. Thank you for being action takers. You know what? I love people who participate. You know, whether it is right or wrong answer, you have to participate. Remember, I love action takers, right? Thank you. So thank you, Chandaji, for your wonderful answers. Let's say hello to Sabha there. Everybody say hello to Sabha. Sabha is going to get started with a professional course journey. All the very best, Sabhaji. So what do you think, Sabhaji?
Thank you.
Savaji, you have to be loud. Yes.
सर जो भी मैम ने बोला था I would like to say that only if anyone if I suggested you like this and I told her then you know मैंने तो तुझे पहले ही बोला था ऐसे नहीं करना था और सुना नहीं था like इस तरह से if you are successful then everyone wants to take credit or will show you that I have already told you about this and if you are failure then everyone मतलब झाड़ो एंड के नहीं मैंने तो रोका था ना तुझे पहले तूने क्यों
जी.
किया ऐसे लाइक दिस आई
Like
थिंक
this.
दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस वर्ड
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for all your answers. I love to hear from everybody, but let's proceed further. Thank you, everybody. Please lower your hands and let's proceed further. And the answer is very simple. I'd like to give an example of a student who wrote his board exam. The moment he passes the exam, everybody wants to be part of his success. The school says, "Ye hamara bachcha hai." The tuition teacher says, "Ye hamari coaching wala student hai." Okay. The father who never contributed anything, he says, "Ye mera beta hai." Right? So everybody wants to be a part of that success. But the same student who fails, nobody wants to own up him. Everybody will blame. The school will blame the coaching center. The coaching center will blame the parents. The parents will blame the child. So nobody wants to be a part of it. That's why success has many fathers, failures have none. When one idea works, everybody who thinks, okay, it's a great idea. Everybody wants to be a part of that idea. So what happens is when somebody underlines the signature, what it really says is you will stand by your decision. Whether you got success, whether you got failure, you're not somebody who is always looking for other people to blame that you failed. So that's why a straight underline, more strength. The moment I see an underline which is getting little curve, you know what? The moment I see an underline which is little curve, so it's a straight line. You're supposed to have a very straight line. The moment I see a little curve, that means the chances of you breaking down is higher. That means you will stand up for your own, but somewhere the pressure will mount on you and you'll have a breakdown. You will give away. You will give away this, okay, yes, Imran, I was there, but ye ho gaya. Ye ho raha tha, but ye ho gaya. How many of you can relate to what I'm just saying with you? Yes, Imran, I also stand for a lot of commitment, but somewhere I give up. Give me a big yes. It's okay to be saying yes. Yeah. We all are from the same community of learners. Great. Amazing. So how many of you realize I have not even gone to letters when analyzing signatures? I have not even gone to the letters for analyzing signatures. And the thing is, you have to be very fast. Whether you realize this or not, the moment the signature comes onto the screen, I am ready to decode. I speak as if the signature is speaking to me. Okay, am I really so good? No, it's not about me being good. It's about the number of analysis I have done, which makes me speak to the signature. The signature tells me. Okay, but I want you to focus on one big pitfall. Say this word, everybody. Big pitfall. What is a big pitfall? Sometimes when you're analyzing a handwriting or a signature, how many of you have realized, Imran, andar se kuch awaaz aati hai. There's an inner instinct which tells me maybe this person has this problem and it urges you to say or talk about that problem. So how many of you believe and follow your inner instincts when you're analyzing signatures or handwritings? Thank you for being honest. But from here on, promise me you will not do it. Your instinct has zero value. It might be working for you, but not for others. And I was just telling that yesterday we had a class for all professional handwriting analysts. I was telling them, the day you start following your instincts when it comes to analyzing handwritings, ready ho jaiye, aap baba ho jayenge. Okay? आप बाबा हो जाएंगे, जैसे ईश्वर बाबा हो जाएंगे, जैसे जुलेखा बाबा हो जाएंगे, that कमलनाथ बाबा हो जाएंगे. So people will look at you as a baba. No. Never follow your instincts. It has zero value in handwriting analysis. Because some of the people actually think, oh Imran, you have these instincts, yaar, you look at the signature, aapko pura malum ho jaa. No. I follow the signs. I follow as much as what I preach, I teach you, I follow the same thing. I don't allow my instincts, gut feeling, my third eye, no. I don't get into all these aspects. I will stay with the science. I will not say, Imran, I have an inner instinct that, okay, this आपका कुछ होने वाला है, आपका ऐसा चल रहा है, नहीं. But what I know about handwriting analysis is that please don't use inner instincts, because it might give you a quick fame. People might actually relate. People will do that, but you'll nosedive in a career as a handwriting analyst. I have seen many people do that. That's why I use the word pitfall. People will not connect with you. And that's why one proud thing about my entire community of handwriting analysts is that everybody speaks the same language. And sometimes I have a big smile on my face when I'm talking to you, because some of you are using the words I use. See, some of you don't use the words like problem, right? You're always saying challenges, Imran. I have a challenge with this. मुझे बहुत खुशी होती है. अंदर से बहुत अच्छा लगता है, oh, you all are speaking our language. Yeah, we don't say words which we don't understand. So that's the idea about it. So the idea is never follow your instincts when it comes to analysis. Always follow the rule book. What the book says, what the analysis says, what the stroke says, stand by that. And that will make you a good analyst. Not good, awesome analyst. Not awesome, super awesome analyst, because people see that authenticity in you. People will see that authenticity in you. Because the moment you bring in your instincts, you bring in your gut feeling, you lose the essence of the entire analysis. Are you all with me? Give me a big yes if you're with me. Hey, are you all enjoying this session? Yeah. So the reason I wanted to do this session is because most of you keep asking, Imran, you did not talk about signatures, can we do this or that? So this is how it is. And the next thing, okay, there are many more things, maybe in the professional course, maybe in the inner physician course, I'll give you more insights into all what I do. But now let's go back to the basics now. Are you ready for the basics? Give me a big yes if you're ready for the basics. So the basics for example, the moment I look at, now I'm paying attention to the letters. I have many more things to tell you beyond letters, but aaj ke liye itna kafi hai. So right now, go back to the same signature. Now, I will pay attention to the letters. Now, if I look at Vaibhavi, what do you see? If you look at Vaibhavi, I am able to see A, I, B, H, A, and P. What are you able to see? And you know what? This is a bigger version of the signature. Let's also look at the smaller version of the signature. What is that you're able to see about these letters? Tell me on the chat box. क्या नजर आ रहा है आपको ये letters में? Look at the A, I, B. What is that which you're able to see? Use the chat box. If somebody wants to answer it, put your hand up. I'll unmute you. You can also do that. And what do you think you're able to see? आपको क्या नजर आ रहा है जो नजर आना चाहिए as a handwriting analyst? Okay, Hussain Saab, you want to say something? Okay, great. So I saw Hussain Saab waving the hand. So everybody say hello to Hussain Saab. Hussain Saab is a newest family member. He just completed the masterclass this Sunday, and here today attending the inner physician. Hussain Saab, how are you feeling being here with all the learners?
It's a great honor and great to be here and see so many experts. Definitely it's going to be helpful for me.
Amazing.
Thanks
yes, Hussain Saab, you want to say something? Yes.
I can see there is no consistency in the size letters, like small a and then I.
Oh my God.
Then B and then.
Oh
so you can see these elevating few letter and then there is small. So it looks like there are a lot of variations in the. Yeah. That is my.
Saab, you have made me go spellbound because आपने ऐसा जवाब दिया जो normally people who have been in my community for some, at least 1-2 महीने लगते हैं ये सब चीजों को समझने में जानने के, लेकिन you are so quick. How many of you agree with me? Give me a big yes if you are able to see. It's a great start. Don't you realize? Remember in my masterclass, I tell you, everybody is a born analyst. All that you need to do is a little bit of fine tuning, and Hussain Saab, you nailed it. So big round of applause for Hussain Saab there.
Thank you.
Great. Yes, rightly pointed out by Hussain Saab, there is inconsistency in the letter formation. Inconsistency. Look at A is of one size. Look at I is of one size. Look at the basket of the B, it is in one size. A is again big. Again, V is different. Can you see? There is a variation in the size. I also saw some answers on the chat box. I also want to acknowledge that. Faria says, Imran, first letter smaller than others. Okay, very good. Scribbled one, alphabet not consistent. Good, Shruti, very good. I like the words you're using, scribbled and not consistent. I like to have these words. Very good, Shruti. Everybody say hello to Shruti there. Shruti is on her way to become a professional handwriting analyst. Shikazi says, dot is not on the I. Wow, kya pakda. Shika says, Imran, I mein dot nahi hai wahan pe. Very good. Okay, V is written below the other letters. Pooja ji, very good. Alka Malhotra, everybody say hello to Alka ji there. Yeah, middle zone is smaller than the B and H. Yes. Loyalty, Saroji, inconsistency, Kusum, Sunita ji there. Chayali and Ishwar, irritation towards present. Yeah. So the answer is inconsistency. So whenever you have middle zone, it is a lie. Middle zone is your current scenario of life. Say this word, everybody. Middle zone is your current scenario of your life. आप आपकी जिंदगी में जो currently चल रहा है, वो middle zone हमें बताता है. So what are the letters which comes in the middle zone? A, C, I, M, O, U, W. So whenever people have variation in this size, not only in signature, but also in handwriting, whenever people have variation, it talks about inconsistency in energy. Inconsistency in energy. What do you mean by this, Imran? They will be very excited to start a project, but they may lose interest in few days. It's like going to the gym, they buy all the beautiful, clothings, instruments, everything, but they may not continue the gym after 4 or 5 days. Imran, I will do walking. I invested 18,000 rupees to buy your shoes. And you know what? 5 days or later, you're not doing walking. So anything which has inconsistency in the size, it talks about inconsistency in your energy. And those of you who want to learn something beyond this, we discussed this in Inner Physician. And I want to tell you this, any inconsistency in your size of the middle zone also talks about inconsistency in your behavior. Inconsistency in your behavior. What do you mean by this, Imran? Sometimes you get very angry. Sometimes you're very cold. Sometimes you're very warm. Sometimes you're very friendly. Sometimes you will go silent as if something happened. So there's inconsistency. And you know what? Who is the best person to evaluate your consistency in your behavior? The one person in your life who can evaluate your inconsistency in your behavior. Who wants to answer that? Spouse? No, spouse ka chhod dijiye. They know us, they know our DNA also. So they are not even contention here. So spouse can actually tell you your DNA analysis also. Ashi says mother or maid. Ashi, this is a very beautiful combination. Pehli baar sun raha hu main. Okay. Self. Ha. Dekhiye, where is our Vibha? Vibha kahan hai? Where is Vibha? Vibha. I want to say hello to Vibha there. Ha. So everybody say hello to Vibha. Kem cho Vibha?
Majama, sir.
Majama. Okay, great. You know what? One beautiful thing about Vibha ji, वो भूल जाते हैं कि मुझे गुजराती नहीं आती, वो हिंदी में सवाल पूछते पूछते गुजराती शुरू कर देते हैं, and मुझे उनको बोलना पड़ता है. काम बताओ. Vibha, your answer is very correct. Children are the best people who can evaluate your inconsistency in your behavior.
Yes.
One look at you, they know whether to ask this today or not to ask this today. Whether to ask for permission or not to ask the permission. One look. And the children don't have to be grown up. Your child as young as 1 or 2 year old can also interpret that. And when children don't come to you very close by to you, children don't come and play. Your own children don't come to you. Your own children don't come and share with you. That means they see inconsistency in the behavior. They don't know papa kab gussa karenge, pata nahi kab mama upset ho jayenge, kab chilla denge. They will not come to you. So you need to bring in inconsistency in your inconsistency. Okay. And Vibhaji, you always tell me, Imran, I don't know how to evaluate. Imran, I'm not there. Vibha is somebody who's always asking questions, right? And that's a great way of learning, Vibhaji. And don't underestimate yourself. Vibhaji, aapka jo dimag hai na, bahut hi smart hai. So don't get stopped by this. Don't tell yourself that you can't learn, you're confused. Are you ready to learn professional program or not? Ye sab aapka hi interpretation hai. So good job. Can we hear a big applause for Vibhaji there? Awesome lady. This is a beautiful part about my community. Every single person is amazing. in their own way. And thank you for being such awesome people. Can we hear a big applause for this community right now? I love you so much. Thank you for the commitment you are showing for yourself. Thank you for all the love and gratitude you keep sharing for me. It's my pleasure and privilege to have you all part of my life. I know I should tell you this. I can't wait to meet you all, in person, and I tell you how much you all are, important part of my life. So how many of you are willing to meet me, in person? Yeah, I'm going to do a tour very soon. I'm going to be visiting all your cities. And the good news for all of Bangaloreans is that Bangalore, get ready. Something amazing is going to get announced in the coming days. So Bangalore, look at the smile on Sumanji. Sumanji is like, Imran, all smiles there. Great. Good to see you, Sumanji. Welcome back in action. So you need to bring in consistency in your letters, M's and N's, O's, everything, even in your handwriting. It will help you to stabilize your moods. It will help you to stabilize your energy. It will also help you in your health. What aspect of health? I'll not tell you. You tell me after you practice this. You tell me about it. Okay. So this is what I keep looking at. For me, when I look at a signature, this is what I'm looking at. Are you all with me? Give me a big yes if you're with me on that. And then, yes, rest of it all will come in there. We'll look for all the loops in the O's. We'll look for all the M's and N's on the O's. So yes, sab cheezein aati rahengi. But all these things are the things which I look for when I look at the signature. But I want to tell you one big secret about the signatures. Are you all with me? Give me a big yes if you're with me. Some people have a very strong projected personality. Say this word, everybody. Some people have a very strong projected personality. That means जो वो दिखाई देते हैं, जो वो अपने आप के बारे में प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं लोगों को, वो personality बहुत strong हो जाती है. And signature is basically the projected personality. The signature is a projected personality. That means if I ask, you to tell me one good thing about yourself or introduce yourself, we'll always look for the best thing to put forward. We always have the best foot to put forward. So this is what is important. Signature is a projected personality. This is what they're putting in front of you. So you need to have a maturity to go beyond what they're projecting. Hey, are you all with me? Give me a big yes if you're with me. Okay. Some of you who are new to this program, those of you who are not attended my live classrooms, don't worry. We will cover all these things in the coming live classrooms. But, this is all for you. When your projected personality is very strong, when I look at your defense mechanisms, when I see temper in the signature, when I see irritation in the signature, that means projected personality is irritated. So that means you need to look at the deeper fears this person is covering up. What is he managing in his life that he has to develop such a strong projected personality? Give me a big yes if you're with me on that. So aapka dimag, you should be thinking one step ahead of it. Okay. If this person has so much of defense mechanisms, what is that fear he is covering? Okay. And those of you new to this community, we have a list of traits which identifies your fears and defenses. Okay. So don't worry about that. We'll learn that in a detailed manner. So this is about signatures. This is how I look at it. And this is how I do it. So I am giving away all my secrets. There's nothing to hide because I believe in sharing this with you because I want each one of you to be the best and the best of handwriting analyst and a signature analyst people can see. Okay. So a couple of questions before I go to the next part. Anybody has a question? Put your hand up or type in your name on the chat box so that I can go in a sequence. So if you have a question, just put your hand up. Anybody and everybody is welcome to ask me questions, even if you're new to this community. Okay, Sunita ji is the first one to ask me questions. So everybody say hello to Sunita ji there. Yes, Sunita ji, what's your question?
So how do we see the strong projected personality? How do we say this is strong projection?
It will require a little bit of more understanding. Maybe in the coming sessions, I will talk about it. But how do you see that? मैंने ये नहीं बोला. मैंने बोला कि signature itself is a projected personality. This is your best foot forward. Because it is a projected personality, whatever you see as a defense mechanism, you need to also think about the fears he's covering up using this defense mechanism.
Okay.
So that's what I said. Yes.
And regarding the underlining, you drew 3 underlining. One was little umbrella shaped, one was that reverse, and one zigzag. You did not say what does that mean.
Yeah. आज के लिए इतना ही काफी है. In the coming part of the signature, I'll tell you more.
Teacher, I keep noting down क्या रह गया.
हाँ.
चलो, okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you more. I'll tell you more. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Ji. Thank you, Sunita ji. And let's go to the next person. Who's the next question? No questions? Anybody has a question? Okay, Manju ji has a question. So everybody say hello to Manju ji. Manju ji is my student of the first step. उन्होंने मेरा level 1 program किया हुआ है. So everybody say hello to Manju ji. What's your question, dear?
I just want, when we are practicing this, like MOU, what you told that we have to write consistent, and after that we can see that what changes in ourselves. Yeah. Is there any time duration that till the how many days we have to do, and then we can see change in ourselves?
Okay. Sunil, Manju ji is asking me a question. Imran, you tell me you have shared certain changes to be done in signature. And you told us to practice for some days and see how the changes will bring in and what are the energies you're going to bring in with the new signature. So, मुझे कितने दिन wait करना पड़ेगा? How many days I should wait to see some changes? So the answer is very simple. It depends from person to person.
Okay.
Okay. My personal experience is minimum 30 days chalta chahiye to see some vibrations. But I also know some people in less than 3-4 days, they're able to see some vibrations from it or new changes in them. It also depends upon how much resistance you have. Everybody do this. How much resistance you have, how intellectually high your subconscious or conscious mind is. You know, what is your conditioning of your mind? What is your belief system? And sometimes the faith also plays a very vital role. So ये सब चीजों को बाहर निकलने में थोड़ा time लगता है. So minimum 30 days. And I've seen people reducing time also, taking little more time also.
Okay.
Okay. For example, to calm myself, when I started graphotherapy, to get my eye dots right, it took me more than 3 months. Okay. It took me more than 3 months. In fact, even today, sometimes my eye dots are not dots. You will see that when I'm writing on the notes on the screen that, okay, irritation will show up there because that's a very important part of your analysis.
Okay.
Thank you, Manju ji. Let's go to Reema ji there. So Reema ji, you have a question?
Sir, I just wanted to ask, like, we have a big signature. You are telling that is a positive ego.
Yes.
Okay. And if somebody is having a small signature, we have to ask them to increase the size of their signature, or what is to be done at that very moment.
Okay. My sincere suggestion is don't get on to corrections right now with people. Okay. You need to understand एक system होता है. ऐसा नहीं कि अगर साइज छोटा है तो पहले साइज बड़ा कर देते हैं. अगर टी बार नीचे है तो टी बार नहीं. उसका एक प्रोसेस होता है कि पहले आप उनको क्या चीजें समझाएंगे, क्या चीजें उनके साथ एक्सरसाइज में देंगे ताकि उनकी मसल्स में फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आए, ये सब चीजें आए, और ऐसी चीजें उनको देना है कि ताकि जो भी चेंजेस आप बताएं वो कंसिस्टेंटली करें. तो इसका एक प्रोसेस होता है विच वी एनीवेज यू आर पार्ट ऑफ द प्रोफेशनल कोर्स, वहां पे आपको ये सब सारी चीजें सीखने को मिलेगी. थैंक यू फॉर आस्किंग दैट क्वेश्चन. यस आशी.
Sir, I want to ask you that if in case a person do two type of signature, like they have two signatures, one is only the initial part, they used to do a signature, and one is a complete name. But in complete name, they don't underline it. But when they are doing the signature with only initials, they do a underlining. So how we will decode that person, like the signature?
When somebody writes the initial, we don't count that as a underlining because it's an initial. It just becomes part of that initial writing itself.
Okay.
So that is not counted as a underlining at all here. And people have initials and signatures. Yes, most of the people who are either teachers or government officials or gazette officers, they always have these two signatures: initials, principals, educators. One initial and one is full signature. How many of you agree with me on that? You know why? Job demands. Attendance में आपको इतना ही बॉक्स दिया जाता है, आपको उसमें साइन करना पड़ता है. Okay, आपको वहाँ पे चेकआउट चेक इन करना पड़ता है, तो वो भी हो जाता है. तो it's normal. So initial and full signature. So our analysis will be more on the full signature than the initials there.
So in case if someone is doing a signature in Hindi, but they are putting that underline in Hindi signature, so we see that the same way as we see in this English.
Okay. those of you did not hear what Ashish said, was Imran, there are people who write in Hindi, signature Hindi में करते हैं या regional language में करते हैं और तभी भी वो underline करते हैं, तो उसका भी वही मायना होता है, हाँ वही मायना होता है. And I want to tell you one information. How many of you have seen people who use regional language to sign? Yeah. The only interpretation you can make out of that person who is using regional language to sign is उनका लगाव अपनी ritual से, अपनी process से, अपने city से बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. That's why they have that some inclination towards that. Nothing wrong. ऐसी कोई बुरी चीज नहीं होती है. They're most welcome to practice how they want to practice. Thank you, Ashi, for all the questions.
Yeah, the signature is very small. How do you go about it?
The writing is big and the signature is very small. Remember, I told you projected personality.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to really look into it. So don't worry about it because हमारे लिए signature से ज़्यादा वो पूरा letters, formations वो सभी होता है. तो वो उस पे आप ध्यान दीजिएगा. And that means this person is projecting to be a very focus and concentration, but that the reality is something else. So वो भी हो सकता है. But you need to do more and more analysis, so you will be able to identify that.
Yes. Okay.
Done. So hi Anshu. Congratulations Anju for creating miracles in your life. All the very best.
Thank you.
Yes.
Actually, आप बहुत बड़े एक part हो इस चीज के लिए because you inspired me to take action and it just happened.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
वो signature analysis जो हमारा हुआ था
जी.
half an hour का, वहां से मुझे काफी insight मिली and by chance, by God's grace, I got the opportunity and I grabbed it. Otherwise, maybe शायद मैं वो action नहीं लेती in general scenarios. But वो एक boosting मिला आपकी तरफ से, so thank you for that. Secondly, मुझे एक चीज आपसे पूछनी थी कि whenever ये जो हम 21 days का लिख रहे हैं, the alphabets practicing. So the biggest challenge what I am facing is जब लिखते लिखते hand move करना है होता है पेपर के ऊपर, so वो move नहीं हो रहा है. मतलब I am trying very hard. तो उसके लिए आप कुछ मुझे suggest कर सकते हो? Because I'm not able to, वो अटक जाता है, that way अटक जाता है.
That's a very common scenario. Most of us experience that because we have not been writing well. So Anshuji, is a sign that you need to get active more physically and do more exercise, hand exercises especially, and also follow the patterns. It will also help you. But the earlier you start, the better it is. The frozen is not a good idea to have, and we also have that. We also have something called as writer's cramp. We also have dysgraphia. ये सब challenges हैं जो handwriting से जुड़ी हुई हैं. But I don't want to tell you some fancy names and scare you. But it's just a phenomena है, थोड़ी दिन के लिए रहेगा. But थोड़ी देर में वो चला जाएगा. Just make sure you do more of hand exercises.
Okay. उसमें shoulders का भी कुछ होता है क्या?
Everything.
Just wanted to know.
Everything is connected. Your handwriting is coming from your subconscious mind using the neural pathways onto the paper. And when you are rewriting it, you're reversing the same process. So ये सब चीजें होती हैं. So it is also one of the ways of your body resisting new changes.
Great. Now I got it because I have a frozen shoulder. Maybe that is restricting me.
Yeah.
So I have to work on that as well.
Yeah. That's right. I saw that in your handwriting. I knew it, but I never tell you that because I don't want to use fancy names and scare people off. So that's why it's a frozen, shoulder syndrome. So don't worry about that.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome, Ji. Let's go to Lakshmi Ji there. Lakshmi Ji, congratulations on completing your professional program and looking forward to see you in the inner physician program. Yes.
Thank you, sir. I came across a signature, the underline. It starts from the middle of the signature and it goes slightly beyond the signature. Does it have any significance?
It does have a significance because anything and everything on the paper has a significance. So what you're saying is if the person writes a signature, वो बीच में से start करते हैं and then they go like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it also has significance because where it's starting, the surname or the first name or the surname, ये सब चीजें हम लोग calculate करते हैं. For us, everything matters. Everything matters. So because the line is moving more towards the surname or maybe moving towards that, so वो उसका भी एक interpretation होता है. So I'll tell you more about this when we take up the conversation again on signatures.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Done. Thank you so much. अलका जी कैसे हैं आप? अनम्यूट कर लीजिए अपने आप को. And yes.
Yeah. I'm very much fine, sir. And I just wanted to know one thing. Sometimes people have two languages in one signature.
Yes. that is also a little bit of extravagancy है जो लोग थोड़े लोग identification खड़ी just to stand out they actually tend to do that, but plain simple interpretation is lagav, connection more towards the regional, the place they belong to, the things it is. So that's how it is.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Most welcome, Ji. I love Alka Ji is a highly active participant. I don't know how many of you see that. Every time I say this, she's always responding with actions. She's always saying that. She's the youngest participant. I should tell you that. Okay, and she is the most energetic participant here with us. Yeah. Jagdish sir, if you don't mind telling me what is your age?
Me?
No, Jagdish.
73.
Jagdish, sir. Yeah, Jagdish sir, let's hear from him.
64.
See, you're talking 64. I have 73 with me.
Yeah, I know.
So you're never too late. And this two ages is also not breaking the record. My record is 84-year-old student I have.
Oh, very good.
Okay, my record is I have the youngest student 84. Nobody broke his record. So 73, 63 is not too old at all. Come on.
Nothing.
It's just a number. Thank you so much. Alka ji, thank you for your questions. God bless you. Shikha ji, you have a question, and after that, Jagdish sir. Yes.
Imran, I just want to know one thing. If the pressure of writing is heavy, so there is one thing, they have a primary interest for food.
Yes.
So how can we elaborate this thing?
Okay. See, the primary interest of food is, for example, हम लोग जब पहली बार मिले तो आपने मुझे बताया आप बेकिंग के बारे में, यू बेक करते हैं, ये करते हैं. तो आपने कभी गौर किया, मैं जब भी आपसे मिलता हूँ आपने क्या बनाया आज, मैं पूछता हूँ आपसे, आपको मैं पूछता हूँ. So can you see that primary interest is food? You know why? I am a heavy writer. तो जब भी हम लोग कहीं भी मिलते हैं, अगर मेरी फैमिली फॉरेन ट्रिप से वापस आई है ना, सब लोग पूछेंगे कि आपने क्या खरीदा, आपने कहाँ गए, आपने क्या किया. मेरा सवाल क्या रहेगा, आपने क्या खाया. Right? I know you went to France. I know you went to the Eiffel Tower. I know you want to show me photograph, but tell me about the croissants there. Tell me about the thing there. तो मैं प्राइमरी इंटरेस्ट हमारा खाने की तरफ रहता है. बिकॉज ये होता है तो हमारे लिए आसान हो जाता है किसी से भी बातचीत स्टार्ट करने के लिए. खाना हमारा कॉमन टॉपिक हो जाता है.
It's not about खाना.
नहीं, it's not about I love food. It's not, but I'm not. ऐसा नहीं कि मुझे खाना है ना. Primary interest is food. I want to understand more.
Anything regarding the food.
Anything regarding the food. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.